Hello, sixth grade. This is video number 2 for choosing and researching superpowers and choosing super mentors. In the last video, I talked about researching superpowers and how to use the links that are found. Today, I'm going to talk about superhero mentors. As a reminder, this is a 2-part, 3-day assignment. It's due Wednesday, April 15th. So up here, I've linked to the different sections of this particular worksheet. So what we're going to be looking at today is Superhero Mentor. So I'm going to click the link and click Bookmark, and it will take me down to choosing a mentor superhero. A mentor superhero is similar to a mentor text. It's something that we look toward to try to help us develop our ideas. So there's something that helps us inspire what we're doing, or maybe it's just an ideal that we'd like to work for, or it's something that we want to take lessons away from. So what we're going to do in this section is we're going to look at the superhero characters listed in the boxes below. You're going to choose one by highlighting the hero's name. After you have chosen, I'd like you to explain why you chose them. So there's 3 reasons that you would want to look towards these mentors. 1, maybe you really like their origin story or their backstory. There's just something about it that you feel would really fit your own character. 2, maybe it's their superpower itself. You like the way that they use it. It helps to inspire maybe some ideas that how you would want to use the superpower you've chosen. Or 3, maybe you really like what they stand for as a hero. So what it is that they're fighting for. So when we talked about Iron Man last week, we talked about how Tony Stark in the movie wanted to continue fighting against terrorists or terrorism. And so that would be the reason he continues to want to be a superhero. So that might be the other thing that you latch on to that hero as a mentor hero for. So what I've done here in the green boxes is I've listed a bunch of different superheroes. Each one comes with a page with information on it. So just like above when we did superpowers, you can click, you'll see Iceman, and you'll see a link to a page. When you click on that link, it will take you to a page that gives you some information about that character. It's everything from their name to their early life. You can see different aliases that they use, what their name is, who they're affiliated with. So Iceman is part of X-Men, but there's other things that he has been a part of throughout his time in comics. And then it'll talk about how they got involved in different groups. It's a lot of information about that character. Again, you don't have to scroll through the entire thing. I mean, if you're interested, trust me, the information here about these characters is really great. So if you are someone who's interested in learning more about comic books and the characters, I do recommend reading all about your mentor character. But really, we're looking for maybe how did they become their character? You can kind of scroll through, look for headings that maybe fit how he became that. You can look at the early life, things like that. And that should help you start to decide what you want to use that character for, if it is a backstory, if it is a power, or whatever else it is that you want to use. The other thing is, if you look through these and some of them don't seem to fit something that you're wanting to do, there's a link down here that says, or choose a hero from your Powers webpage. If you click on Bookmark, it'll take you right back up here and it'll have all of your powers. So you could click on animal form, it'll take you back to animal forms. And if you scroll to the bottom where it says known users, it will actually show you the list of the different people who have these superpowers, and you can do some research from there. Some of these people might even be on the list that I've already made. For example, Beast Boy, a changeling, is already on our list of links for this. So here's Beast Boy, if he's someone you're interested in. So for my particular activity, I did actually pick Beast Boy. I clicked on him. I went through his page. I looked at, who is he? What does he represent? don't fall back on just the Teen Titan cartoon or the Teen Titan movie. Make sure you do a bit of your own research, because sometimes what we see in the movie or in a cartoon or another adaptation might not really be what that hero stands for, which is what I was trying to show you with Iron Man when we watched the movie clips and we read the comic book. So there's differences there. So pay attention to those. So when I was looking through, I looked for what his powers were. Down here it says powers and abilities. I was able to look at all these different things. And honestly, I really connected with Beast Boy for this character because of his ability to change into animals. So once I've chosen Beast Boy, if you want to highlight it, you're welcome to highlight it like we did above. But what I want you to do is to fill out this form here at the bottom. I choose, get rid of all of that, and you type Beast Boy as my mentor, because which one of these three things will it be? Their origin story, their superpowers, or their reasons for continuing to be a superhero? I've chosen because of his superpowers. And that's how I would fill in that particular box. It does say fill in the line space with the information from the parenthesis behind the line, erase the line and the parenthesis information. So as you can see, all I have left now is one simple sentence. At the bottom, it says specifically explain what it is about the character that you will use to mentor your own writing. Now, when I thought of Beast Boy, I told you I really like his superpowers. And so I was trying to look at my own character, and he's a changeling. He will change into different animals based on what he sees. So I choose Beast Boy because I like how he uses his powers, how he can also turn into animals. For example, he says he could change into an eagle if he was falling, or a dolphin if he was drowning. I like the way he uses it, and I think it could help me to create my own robot shapeshifter. It might even help me start to see what types of problems my character will start to face with constantly changing and trying to learn his own identity. These are things I learned from researching Beast Boy. That way you can now start to think about, what is it that I'm trying to learn about being a superhero so that my character can start to be represented in a meaningful way. Also at the bottom here, I put an example. So I like how Storm can manipulate the weather, and it can help me come up with ideas for how to use my own powers to change weather to fight the bad guys. For example, she draws the lightning down from the atmosphere to create ground strikes to drive her enemies away. I would use this for my own hero to think about something like hail being pulled from the clouds to use, and my hero could maybe change the sizes of the hail. If my hero is fighting to save the world from being harmed by climate change, these different kinds of attacks, focusing on the need for a stable climate, might help to get my hero's message across. So that would be another example of how to answer that question. As with everything, please make sure that if you do have questions on this worksheet, I am available at 9:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. for an open Q&A, or you're welcome to email me. And if you want to set up a private meeting, we can do that as well. Please take the time to read these articles. It will be very helpful for you when you are creating your character later this week, and will also be helpful when you start to create your origin story next week. Have a great day.